Hello everyone and welcome to Game 3 in a series between Zephyr and Rainbow. Zephyr losing Game 2 to an all-in after 2 Hellions were able to destroy 13 drones. Very nice follow-up by Rainbow, and I'll say it was a tactical decision to bring those SCVs in that all-in in the last fight. Zephyr deciding to power drone, trained up an additional 9 drones as opposed to getting an army, and that was ultimately his downfall. Currently, drones just mining away as Zephyr spawned on the bottom right-hand side of Belshire Beach Winter Edition. Meanwhile, Rainbow on the top left-hand side as the red Terran. Terran versus Zerg once more. Would be very surprised if they did change their races as the game gets underway. Now we'll see what the strategies will be in the long run now. And so far I can tell you that Rainbow has likes to go for that gas first build for earlier Hellions. And that earlier Hellion did make a bit of a difference as those Hellions came up perhaps 15 to 20 seconds earlier. And because of that, there was one less queen in play. Rainbow following this up once more. He will be going for an early refinery once again, and then Rainbow most likely going to train up an SCV and build a barracks. He may end up being supply blocked for a short, or not supply blocked, mineral blocked for a short amount of time, as he's going to be cutting off an SCV in order. Nope, actually his timing's a bit better in delaying that barracks just a little bit instead. SCV is currently mining. We'll be able to get up 100 gas by the time that barracks is done, allowing for a faster factory. The factory could be placed down here with a reactor right here to finish off that wall in, as we are now going into a 15 hatch by Zephyr. Zephyr's 15 or maybe even a 14 hatch, and now also following this up with an extractor for metabolic boosted lings. Very important. If Zephyr had gotten perhaps metabolic boosted lings, he would have been able to handle those Hellions much more easily, as the Hellions do outrun those, or the Zerglings do outrun those Hellions, especially while on creep. Is now an SCV making his way out. Drone just simply patrolling right here. We're going to see a Marine pop out, and it will be a little bit of a delay as the drone realizing that no one is coming over to build a factory. The timing on this is so that he will have, or Rainbow will have 150 gas. He's going to be able to add on a reactor now, and as that reactor completes, the build time is going to be about the same, as we now see an extractor taking a bit of damage. SCV wandering on the inside. Rainbow does not spot the hatchery. A big mistake there, as Rainbow going to do a quick just drive around here, perhaps come back over and now spot the hatchery based upon the timing. Their hatchery just now being completed. SCV taking a good look, and interestingly enough, Rainbow, oh no, he is no longer supply blocked, sitting at 20/27. The reactor about to be completed alongside that factory, and we should be going into double Hellions, another supply depot, and eventually a command center. So there we go. Reactor Hellion now being placed down. Spine crawler already being established at the natural. And Zephyr has to be very specific and deliberate with this spine crawler. One spine crawler here, and perhaps another spine crawler here, or the training of additional queens, as we are also going into a starport. Starport is now going to be completed. It looks like Zephyr did not have enough time to cancel the extractor, and by not canceling the extractor, I believe Rainbow should be able to establish up another gas if he needs to. Hellions are making a move out. It looks like one Zergling will get torched. No, it will not get taken down. One of the Hellions is currently stuck on the wrong side of the wall, forcing Rainbow to lift off and land. Perhaps Rainbow should be rallying the Hellions here before making them go outside. Hellions now on the move again, perhaps going to clean up some of the Zonaga towers and finally try to apply that pressure. Spine Crawler and Queen are in position to fend off those units. Hellion's going to torch a Zergling rather quickly. There it goes. 75 hit points on one Hellion, 90 hit points on the other, as we are going into a command center here and now training up a Banshee. One base Banshee. We can see that the second refinery has been completed, but only one SCV on it, so he's not going to get that 200 gas really early on. He's not going to be able to get cloaking anytime soon, and with that, he's just going to fall prey to the needle or the acid spines of those queens. Those queens have a range of 7 and have faster movement speed, I believe, or comparable movement speed, 2.5 versus 2.75, making it very difficult for a Banshee to, or making it impossible for a Banshee to kite, since the queen does outrange them. 9 Zerglings waiting on the front door. We can see 1 Banshee is in the air, and we are now going into another factory. So double factory. The starport most likely will get lifted off in just a moment, as we are still adding more Hellions. Banshee looking to go and destroy some easy Zerglings. 1 Zergling may get taken down. Yes. Nope, no Zerglings taken down, as the Zerglings are just frantically running away from those units there. Perhaps the Banshee can just dwindle the Zergling count, and if he's able to do that, that would be better than nothing, as the Spore Crawlers are already being completed, at least deny some map control, as the Zerglings once again get torched. Now, we'll see what's going to happen next. Zerglings perhaps going to try to run in here. Marines, Hellions. Are the Zerglings going to be able to get inside? Yes, they would be able to if they want to do some scouting. Some Zerglings chasing the Hellions instead. Zerglings still battling it up. The Zerglings, a lot of them are getting low on life. More Hellions could be popping out, as 1 Zergling is inside the base here. Another SCV needs to be very careful. It is getting repaired. And how many workers were killed? 2 workers killed by Zephyr. So Zephyr having, I guess, a small victory here, but small victories do count. Factory needs to reestablish that tech lab, perhaps start the blue flame tech on those Hellions in order to get some easier shots and more damage onto these Hellions and take down some of these drones here. You can see that the drones, a lot of drones at the natural expansion, a lot of drones in the main, or a lot of drones in the main base. The main base actually having a little bit less, and there is that blue flame tech. So we will see blue flame tech completing about the same time as level 1 weapons upgrade, allowing those Hellions to 2-shot drones. And this may be an oldie but goodie strategy, as Rainbow now establishing up a front door, getting supply depots and engineering bay and a starport. SCV now just working on the rest of these little race cars here. Rainbow should be able to head back off and continue to mine, as we are currently even on food. Now the problem will be that Rainbow will have to start to deal with Mutalisk in just a moment. And so far, Rainbow has about 800 gas. With 800 gas and the additional 30 seconds that he needs to mine, he'll have 900 gas, meaning 9 Mutalisks in the air. 9 Mutalisks would be able to deal a lot of damage to these Hellions, as the Hellions are now trying to make their way in. In come the Hellions. The Queens are trying to do a block. Oh, not quite sure what that was about. Engaging so close to those units there, and now just trying to do another run by, getting off a nice quick starburst of a torch, and now the Hellions are inside the base. Hellions gonna go down on the drones. Zerglings now trying to come over. It looks like the Zerglings are gonna finish off some of those Hellions. The Hellions being very smart, trying to make sure that they fight off a creep. No creep down here on the far side, and now the Hellions just transferring in between these 2 locations, and now blue flame tech is done. This is gonna be a lot of dead drones now, as the drones are getting roasted and toasted. Drones now falling. 1 drone now attempting to run away. 5 Hellions are still in the number here. The Hellions still attempting to run away. Now finding some Zerglings. Zerglings going after the Hellions. 1 more Hellion goes down. We are now down to 4. Very red, very low hit point Hellions, but the Queens are off a creek. More drones getting taken down here. Will the Hellions get enough numbers? I don't think so, as there are now finally Mutalisks. 11 workers were killed, and now we are at 45 to 49, and now double training Thors to handle these Mutalisks. The Mutalisks coming back over, missile turrets being established, the missile turrets going down perhaps at the natural, going at the natural expansion, and there are 2 Thors here, but there's nothing in the main base. Oh no, 1 missile turret there. That is a bad location for a missile turret, as it can't shoot up onto the high ground, as if it doesn't have sight, and pretty much it can only hit to the north and this side of it. Really bad play there. Mutalisk now going after the barracks. The barracks will fall, but we already training double factories by Rainbow. Rainbow getting ahead on that, and now he didn't really lose that many production or lose that much important tech, as we are now already going to see a Thor in play. The Thor is going after the Mutalisk, getting off a round of attack there, and those Mutalisks are now being forced to back off. Zephyr now behind in food, 92 to 111. And what is Zephyr going to do? There is 1 missile turret here. Once again, I'm going to say that's a bad location, but Rainbow does have another missile turret here, making escape almost very problematic. Zephyr decides not to engage there. I think if that missile turret was perhaps right here, would have worked out much better, as we now see Hellions and Thors making a move. Hellions once again going to try to come up inside the main base, torching many of those Zerglings. The Zerglings trying to get some damage in, but the Hellions doing a great job saving the Thors. More and more Overlords going to fall. It looks like there was a hatchery over here, and now in comes Mutalisk. They're trying to magic box. The level 2 weapons upgrade has not yet been completed. Magic boxing on those Thors. One Thor is rather far away, so that means that they're not going to get Glaive Worm damage, as the Thors are just getting countered by a magic boxing group of Mutalisk. However, Hellions now going to try to come in, and they're going to do a counterattack, now getting the drones instead. A lot of drones once again getting destroyed. Worker kill count now into the 20s, as we are at 44 drones compared to 62. Hellions look to come and make their way inside again. More and more drones getting destroyed. It looks like that will be the end of the harassment, but 26 drones have been killed. So far, beautiful play by Rainbow. Rainbow now in this third game in dominant control and playing this very straight up, no question about cheese whatsoever. One missile turret looks like it may get taken down, but the Hellions are going to make short work of the rest of those Zerglings. There are now 3 Zerglings left off over here. It's going to get taken down, and a new missile turret will be established. The Thors do have 2-0 upgrades, which is important. That is a critical upgrade, allowing for Mutalisk to get 2-shotted instead of 3, and that is huge. Now we are going to see one poor SCV get destroyed, and now the Mutalisk perhaps trying to reach critical mass and harassing over here. Is it going to be enough? Is the question. There is one missile turret going up against the Mutalisk. Not going to be able to get enough. Another SCVs are going to try to come around and repair it. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it looks like it was enough to at least get 2 rounds of attack and allow the Thor to get a bit of splash damage as well. Thor is now making a bit of a move. SCVs are on auto repair. That should be more than enough, as spine crawlers are trying to be established. The Hellions should just be going straight after the drones. Not quite sure why they are not. Instead, going after the spine crawlers. A lot of drones trying to hide inside that extractor. That is not going to work, as the Mutalisks are trying to make their way over. Mutalisks are going to fall very quickly, and now it looks like one spine crawler will go down. SCVs are on auto repair. Not enough damage will be done, and down goes the third base. A new third base was established off here, though, so we are still sitting at 3 bases to 3. One drone simply being able to walk by, and now here we go. The Hellions now trying to make perhaps another move. Drones getting torched. SCVs still on auto repair, and Zerglings just running straight into their death. Another group of Mutalisks trying to magic box, but I believe the Thors are in a much better situation this time. SCVs are going to auto repair, and with level 2 weapons upgrade, that is going to be more than enough to finish off the rest of these Mutalisks. SCVs did take a bit of that Glaive Worm splash damage, not quite nearly as many, and there as now Zephyr finally does give the GG. Rainbow coming back after being down 0-1 to win 2 straight games and takes game 2 and game 3. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this replay here on Belshire Beach Winter Edition.